Hi guys, Steph here. Now, you regular viewers, you would have seen my last pen haul video. You would have seen this pen here. There you go, a lovely pen. Just a little bit tired as always and just needs a little TLC. And after the TLC, here we have the said lovely pen. Look at that, absolutely lovely. What we've got for you, as it says in the description, is a Parker Televisor fountain pen, and these pens were made in Canada. They were made between, well, around 1935, I believe, through to about 1940s. Okay, and as you can see, the colour is this lovely burgundy colour. I think Parker called it a striated pattern. I like to call this pattern the hatch pattern, after the sort of like the Conway Stewart example. So it's a burgundy hatch with a black blind cap to the bottom there and a black sort of finial to the very top of the cap there. Now, the Parker Televisor came in two versions, a standard version and what they termed as a slender version, and this is the slender version, the slightly smaller version. Now, when I say smaller, the size of this particular pen capped is 124 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, the diameter, it's approximately 10.5 millimeters in diameter. As you can see, it's got these three cap bands there to the bottom of the cap, and then if we take you up to the clip there, you've got a very recognizable, of the period, a ball clip, and you can see it's got the word Parker running down the clip, as you can see there. Okay, so that was the clip for this particular pen, again around the period. Now when I say period, nice and simple, this one I can date to 1939. First of all, let's show you the barrel imprint. Not sure where it is. Okay, is that it there? But it reads Parker Televisor, made in Canada, with a sort of registered trademark to the right. So it's got a nice barrel imprint. Let's unscrew the cap for you. Let's show you the pen. So a couple of different angles, as we always like to. But the Parker Televisor, great pens. Very well, they're now becoming quite collectible among pen collectors, so they are becoming quite sought after, but they are lovely pens. Although this is the slender version, even with my large hands, it's still nice and comfortable to hold. Now, if we take you up to the section, you can see the section is to the top end there, it's black, and then just below it we've got the, what they termed, Parker termed it as the visiometer, or I just call them an ink view window, if you like. Now, because at the time, just before this period, the Parker Vacuumatics were very popular. Now this one, as we'll show you in a moment, is a button filler. What they actually did, you can see to the clear section there, you can see what it looks like to be a breather tube, but it's not. Again, what Parker decided to do, because of the popularity of the Vacuumatics, which did actually have a breather tube, they actually placed one on this particular pen, but if you like, it's a fake or a false breather tube, so it doesn't actually serve any purpose, but yeah, I suppose it looks okay. You can see the section's got this slight sort of ridge, flares out towards the nib. And then if we show you the nib, it reads Parker fountain pen, 14 carat. To the very bottom, it's got Canada. And then to the very bottom there, you can just see the number 9, which, as I said, is dating this pen to 1939. So there's a sideways view. There's the feed underneath. As always, everything is lovely and clean as it should be. Okay. Now, as I've just mentioned, this one is what we term as a button filler, which means we unscrew the blind cap like so. Okay, and there's the button to the pen. What you may also notice, yeah, there it is, just to the left of the button there, to the sort of ridge of the threads. This one is fitted with a hooked pressure bar, which again, you know, was actually what they used of that period. Again, especially with the do folds, they tended to use this this hooked, or yeah, a hooked pressure bar. And what it actually, well, to fill it, you would dip the nib and the ink in the section into the ink and press down a couple of times, 3 or 4 times on the button, and that in effect would fill the pen with ink in the sack. As I say, this one's a sack and not the vacuumatic sort of filling system, again, of that particular period. But yes, some people like to see the pens, how they write. So what we're going to do, let's bring on our little pad, and what we're going to do is just simply do a dip test. So I'm just dipping the nib into the ink, and let's see how the pen writes. So what we've got is a Parker Televisor, and this particular model, the Televisor, was from 1935 to 1940s, but this one, as we've just shown you, we're dating to 1939. Okay, you can see there it's writing with a fine nib. Let's just give it a little dip again. Does the nib have any flex? Now, I don't think it does, but however, saying that, if you press down, I mean, I don't want to press down too much, but you can see it's writing with a fine line, but with a little bit of pressure on the downward stroke. Yes, we're getting just a little bit of flex, and we're getting a little bit of variation in the line. But all in all, writing very nicely, as we've just said, with a fine line. So there we have it. So let's just show you again. There's a visiometer with a fake breather tube inside. Everything nice and clean as it should be, and in lovely condition. So there we have it, the Parker Televisor, becoming quite sought after now with the collectors, especially in this, what I term as this hatch pattern. And they did make them in different colours. You can get them, I can't remember, don't quote me, maybe was it a green, blue, but this one being the burgundy. So there we go. the Parker Televisor fountain pen, dated 1939, fully serviced, ready to go to somebody who will enjoy it for many years to come. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below, just below as well. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. But for now, I'm just going to say Slava Ukraini from me and this lovely pen. I'll just say bye-bye for now.